Good evening, welcome friends. Steve here. Just want to revisit last night. You notice I'm wearing a mask, and last night I was so tired. I feel so much better today. It's a Sunday. I've had a chance to get some rest. I enjoyed my time with you last night, but I'm afraid I wasn't that coherent. So I have some follow-up thoughts to John 11 and the story of Lazarus, especially pertaining to removing the grave clothes and letting him go. There has been, ever since this coronavirus thing has started, the mask has really bothered me, and I didn't really know why. It's more than an inconvenience. There's something spiritually wrong with this mask thing. And I believe I've put my finger on it. And that is, after talking about last night and what the glory of God is. The glory of God is the goodness of God. We learned that when God hid Moses in the cleft of the rock so that his goodness could pass by. What was the ask from Moses? Moses requested that he see the glory of God. What did he see? He saw the goodness of God. When we mask that, you cover the glory of God. We were made in his image. We were made in his likeness. One of the very first thing we are told by Jesus when Lazarus comes forth is remove that mask, remove the grave clothes. We see once again in Exodus chapter 34, we see Moses, who is face to face with God. And because he's face to face with God, remember, Moses represents the law. He represents a different way of thinking, a very non-grace way of thinking, right? Grace and truth came through Jesus. The law came through Moses in John chapter 1. So when Moses is chatting with the law, chatting with God, he comes down the mountain and he's radiating the glory of God. That means his face is just shining. Shining with what? I can only imagine what that must have looked like, and probably was enough to freak some people out. But again, this is a people that was not used to seeing the glory of God in any shape or fashion. So Moses had to wear a mask. He had to wear a veil. And from that point on, every time Moses went in to speak with God, his face shone with the glory of God, and the people couldn't take it. So it says, the scripture says, that he put on a mask whenever he went back out from the presence of God to give the people the message. The mask covers the glory of God. The veil that we see hanging between the Holy of Holies, where the glory is. That's where the glory is in the Old Testament, in the tabernacle. It's in the Holy of Holies, and there is a separation between that glory and everybody else. Even in the most holy place, there's the outer court, the inner court, the Holy of Holies. There's the outer court of the Gentiles. There's the holy place and the most holy place, the Holy of Holies. Like I say, there's these three levels, and the glory is in that innermost one. And it's worth noting that there's only one piece of furniture in there. There's only one presence. There's only one power, and it's all in this little room, right? That is significant. I threw that in. Think about that. But when Jesus died, that veil rent. We were on our second temple at that time, third temple at that time. Moses' temple had come down. Zerubbabel's temple had come down. We were on Herod's temple. And when Jesus died, that veil between the Holy of Holies and everything else rent. So what happened? The glory came out. The glory of God was released upon the earth. It was no longer located in this small room, accessible by only the high priest. The glory is important. The goodness of God is important. And to show it is important. Now, I realize I am making something as small as a mask into a big spiritual lesson. But that is what bothers me about the mask. You say, well, do you think that we will always have to wear this mask? I think that Moses and the law paradigm are gone. And so the need to wear a mask for the people's sake is gone. There was yet another mask, that veil, and when Jesus died, that one rent, meaning it was gone too. And the glory of God came out. That veil couldn't stand after Jesus died. For that reason, I don't believe God is going to allow this veil to stand either. It's not a permanent thing. Do I wear my mask? Yeah, I do. I do where the vendors require it. It's not me against them. I'm not here to make people feel uncomfortable. I'm not here to make a rebellious statement in our society. But the mask won't stand. God's glory will not be covered up. So is this a long-term thing? Nope, it's not. It's just not. And if you feel the mask is important, then by all means wear it. And if you don't, then just, I would say, respect those around you that really feel like it is important. Paul's teaching regarding eating certain foods, he said, a lot of you use your freedom. You exercise your freedom to eat foods that other people in your house would not eat. And because you're exercising your freedom not out of love, you're offending them and turning them away from the face of God. And we have this same problem with the mask and everything else. Are we bound to this? Probably not in a lot of ways. But if we make a stand not out of love, then we are going to cause unnecessary offense, if that makes sense to you. That's really it. That was something that I would have liked to have been able to verbalize last night, and I just didn't have the mental facilities to do it. It's an important message. It's why I don't like the mask. It's why the mask is going away. Don't worry about, if that's a question that you've been asking yourself, it will go away. All right? That's it. That's the message. Share this with somebody that needs to hear it. Love you all. Peace.